Hi everybody, BeanMeister22 here. Hey, today we are going to cook a very cool frozen pizza. I've had one of these before, not this flavor, and I'll explain all this throughout my ramblings in this video. Let's get it started. It says if you're going to cook this in an oven, you want to be at 425 degrees for 15 to 17 minutes. So what I'm going to do here with my Presto Pizzazz rotating pizza cooker is I'm going to set the timer for about 7 to 8 minutes-ish, you know, because it's kind of a ballpark there. 7 to 8 minutes-ish, and it's going to be bottom heat only, bottom element only, and then after that time, you know, we'll put it to dual element, because we want the bottom to be good and crispy and good and cooked, and we don't want to burn the top. Okay, so this pizza is by Urban Pie, and it's an uncured pepperoni and chicken sausage pizza. Yeah, I know, chicken sausage. Well, I didn't know it was chicken sausage. It was just sausage is what I thought. But it tastes really good, and yes, it has mushrooms on it, but currently the pizza's too frozen for me to pick the mushrooms off. You can see it also has onions, green peppers, and, yeah, the mushrooms. And you can see that it looks like the, you know, little burnt, like they what is that called? when you scorch it, they brown the peppers for, I don't know, put some black scorch marks on it to look like it's a real Italian pizza, right? And it has marinara sauce. Well, of course it better. This thing about, you know, chicken pizzas or Alfredo sauce on a pizza or white, what the hell is wrong with you people? Anyways, so I bought this from Amazon through Whole Foods. Or no, I bought it from Whole Foods through Amazon. And if you remember, I started doing the online Whole Food shopping when I got the Chinese bat virus, and I was quarantined. And, you know, it's pretty good. It has its good points and its bad points. But let me just tell you my experience. I've done it 5 times so far. It was free delivery with Amazon Prime. Now, I believe they have changed that to a $10 delivery charge. You know, I guess that's fine. They would do a suggested tip about $7 or $8. I always tipped $25 to $30. And when they add that $10 delivery charge on now, I just deduct that out of the tip. This is really the only food delivery service I have used. I think Safeway has one. In my area, Kroger doesn't have a delivery service, but they have that click list. Well, they'll, you know, you pick your stuff online and then they pull it off the shelves for you, and then you go there and then they bring it out to you. The big difference between that and Whole Foods service, well, I mean, yeah, Whole Foods is delivering it to you, but I don't believe they take the care and the consideration with your food that Kroger does. Kroger has a policy, if you wanted a 20-ounce bottle of ketchup and they said it was in stock, and it turns out the 20-ounce bottle of ketchup is not in stock, they will give you a larger size or a better one. They always upgrade you for their failures. Whole Foods, they don't. They do the opposite. They do a replacement thing. They'll text you in the morning when they're boxing up your stuff, because where I live, they have to travel a significant distance, and the same day delivery is not available, but there's always been the next day delivery. And I've had deliveries as early as 7 a.m., which is really good. But you take care of that when you're ordering online. You say, okay, here's the delivery windows, here's when we can do it. They've always been pretty prompt. The very first person who pulled my groceries and delivered them happened to be a woman. And I was like super amazed with the quality of what she selected, how the food was handled. The other times it's been a dude, because I've seen him driving away and he shopped like a dude. Because the pizzas, like this one, you can see it's kind of bent up on that one side, because the pizzas were just stacked in a bag, and then they sat there for 2 hours through the pickup, the delivery process and the dropping off. And they slowly melted, and they kind of, got out of shape a little bit. And the worst thing was, I requested the Simply Orange juice, no pulp, and it was out of stock. I mean, it happens. And they send you that text. Well, I'm still asleep at 4 a.m. when they send me the text. And then they substitute. So what they substitute with? They substituted with the Whole Foods brand. Not as good, because it came in a cardboard container opposed to a plastic container, And what was worse, I think the Whole Foods brand cost a little more. Oh, they charge you for that. But really the worst part was, my original order was the no pulp orange juice, and they gave me extra pulp orange juice. I mean, drinking that stuff, you had to chew it. You grit your teeth, Oh, it was horrible. It's like they took orange juice, and the pulp goes in there, when you're squishing fresh squeezed oranges, I prefer them to be skimmed out, but you leave them in there, and that's normal pulp, right? Well, they probably took handfuls of extra pulp from some other stuff and just threw them in there. It was bizarre. Oh, it was horrible. And I guess you could say, well, you should have been awake at 4 a.m. Yeah, I guess I should have. They do have an option to say, do not substitute. But the first time when that woman did the shopping, she substituted with something else, and it was perfectly happy with the substitute. This and the other times, with a dude shopping, like I said, I'm a dude. I shop like a dude, so I get it. But when you're shopping for somebody else, oh, yeah, horrible. And especially when you see how big a tip I'm going to give you. My order's $100, and I'm giving a $30 tip. My order's $100 or $97 or $85. I'm giving a $25 tip. You see that before you pick the order. Don't you think, hey man, I'm getting a pretty good tip out of this. Maybe I should take a little extra care and due diligence? God, I hope that wasn't his extra care and due diligence. And that's why I've never liked this whole thing about having somebody shop for you, because nobody is going to pick the lettuce as good as I'm going to pick lettuce. Nobody's going to be as picky with the fresh fruits and vegetables as I am. And I've experienced that with Whole Foods, because the only real fresh fruits and vegetables I've gotten from them is I've gotten some of them little teeny tiny potatoes, like the tiny Yukon Golds and the baby reds. And I've gotten avocados. I usually get avocados every time, and sometimes they come great, and sometimes they look like they took them out of the dumpster out back. I mean, I guess that's what you're going to get when you go to a Whole Foods, a pretentious, tree-hugging, we're all organic. Well, really not all organic, but they push that kind of thing. Yeah, so I guess I can expect the lower quality of the vegetables from a place like that, because isn't that what they say? We have organic vegetables, so there'll be bruises and bugs eating on them, but you'll be better person for eating this, and you feel better about yourself and the environment. Screw that, I don't want that crap on my food. So yeah, but like I said, I was too lazy to go my own grocery shopping, and that time, the 2 times I did it when I was quarantined for the bat virus, then I didn't have a choice. So yeah, I mean, if I don't get my own groceries, I'm gonna have to be happy with what I get. Now, something that's really good about this pizza, and I guess about Whole Foods, is this thing cost $8.99, which is very comparable to what I see it in the Kroger store. And I just recently found they have this in the Kroger store. So it's good when I do my own shopping, I can get it to it and have to, have it, come from Whole Foods. And just for a comparison, I looked online, and Instacart sells it for $8.49, which is comparable to what Kroger sells it for. And that's close to $8.99, so the price across the board is pretty much the same. So the Urban Pie pizzas I've had in the past, they are really good. The quality is supposed to be top-notch, at least that's what their website says, right? They are a really good frozen pizza. I've said the Screaming Sicilian Pizza in the past, I've said it's my favorite. The Urban Pie is now my favorite. And wouldn't you know it, I went to the Urban Pie website and I looked them up, and then here's a little bit of spicy information. Urban Pie is made by Palermo's. Yes, and Palermo's makes Palermo's pizza. They also make Screaming Sicilian Pizza. They make Connie's Pizza. Never heard of Connie's Pizza, but I have had the Screaming Sicilian and really liked it. It's got a good flavor. The Urban Pie, I'm telling you, I think it's up a notch to the Screaming Sicilian Pizza. And why am I ordering frozen pizzas from a Whole Foods, granola head, tree-hugging, pretentious grocery outlet store? Well, I'll tell you. Because I was surprised that they had pizza. And when I was ordering, probably my 3rd or 4th order, when I was doing a pizza, of course, I noticed they had some other kind of brand pizza. It's called Annie's, I'm pretty sure it's Amy's. And they had a cheese pizza. I like a good flavored cheese pizza, so I ordered a few of those too. They were $9.99. They cost $1 more than these, and they were like personal-sized pizzas. I got a video somewhere. I haven't uploaded it or edited it or did anything with it. I don't think I've thrown it away because I was really mad. I filmed it, had the pizza. It tasted like you'd think a granola head pizza would, cardboard with some crap thrown on it. Oh, it was horrible. And it was tiny, and it cost more than this. So yes, even if you shop at a pretentious grocery store, you can find some value. And Urban Pie is a good value. Is it as good a value as when I buy it at Kroger? Pretty close, but Kroger's not going to deliver it to me. But occasionally, I see it on sale at Kroger for $5-something, $5.29, $5.47. That is a really good deal. It is great. Now, frozen pizzas come in these 2 categories. One is super cheap, taste cheap, but it's good enough. And then there is, moderately priced, but very flavorful. And this fits into that second category. The old Gino's pizzas and Totino's pizzas, remember they used to be 99 cents each? They fit into that first category. Start with a little cardboard, put some marinara sauce on it, sprinkle not enough cheese on it, and bam, you have one of those pizzas. Are they good enough? Well, yeah. Are they anywhere near something like this? No, this I would consider a premium frozen pizza. Okay, I don't know if you've noticed yet that the dinger went off, and then I don't do anything with it. I'm not doing anything with it for a couple minutes. That's because when I cook these, I don't want to sit here and stare at the whole time. Do other stuff, load the dishwasher, do whatever I got to do. But I will go in the other room and watch TV, or listen to the radio, or work on the computer. And then I'll say, it's been about that time, and I'll come in. Sometimes I'll walk in right when it's ding. Sometimes it had went ding minutes prior. So that's what was going on there. So that way, if you look and you see it's a 10-minute mark, it wasn't 10 minutes on the bottom. It was only that 7 to 8 minutes on the bottom. All right, so let's let it keep cooking. Wow, this smells good, and I'm sure it's going to taste great. It always does. Notice that I had to wait for it all to kind of thaw out for me to pick off the mushrooms. I think at least once I pulled off a piece of chicken sausage I thought was mushrooms. Put back on there. Yeah, I know, I should like mushrooms, but you know, it's a fungus. We don't even talk about funguses, right? And if there was olives on there, Worrell, I'd pick them olives off too, you already know. So yeah, what we did was we went the 7 to 8 minutes on the bottom element. We went about, let's say 9-ish, almost 10 on the dual element, and this is coming out perfect. Oftentimes on a pizza like this, if I remember, I will sprinkle some shredded mozzarella or a Italian blend cheese on the top to kind of give it a little extra cheese. Don't always do it. A lot of times I'll forget, or if I don't have it in the refrigerator. That will always take a premium pizza and make it more premium-er. One thing people do not remember, or they tend to forget, is when you have a frozen pizza, whether you're cooking it on something like this, a pizza oven, or your standard oven, once you take it out of the heat, you need to let it sit for at least 5 minutes before you cut it. If you cut it too soon, the cheese, it just doesn't work. You need to let it stand. Let it rest. There's probably some fancy cooking term for it. I don't give a rip. I just know when you're really hungry and you cut it too soon, you pay for it. And then in my case, I let it sit out on the stove or on the counter. I go back to whatever TV show I was watching or something, and then I come back, 10, 15 minutes later and cut it. It cuts really nice, but it's not as hot as it would be. Could you pre-cut it and then stick it on something like that? Maybe. I just don't know how the pizza cutter would do on the frozen pizza. Now, at least the kind of pizza cutter I have. If you had one of those big pizza cutters that rock back and forth, you might be able to do that with the frozen pizza. I guess we should try that. Alright, so once again, this is the Urban Pie Uncured Pepperoni and Chicken Sausage Combination Pizza. Oh man. Urban Pie makes a top-notch pizza. You can get it at a variety of outlets. You don't have to buy it at a tree-hugging granola head Whole Foods place like I bought it. Kroger has it, and yeah, they make great pizzas. You can check them out online. You type in Urban Pie into the Google machine, and you can learn about them. You can see about their basil, tomato, and all their fancy stuff that you gotta kind of stick your nose up when you talk about, that's the zest the meatball, with my bad Italian accent. But really, Urban Pie makes great pizzas. And I'm a fan of the frozen pizza because I'm too lazy to go to a pizza place and have pizza, right? Alright, so, you ever had Urban Pie pizza? Have you ever ordered from Whole Foods? Have you experienced the exact same things I've experienced? Or are you not lazy like me and you actually do your own shopping? Yeah. Alright, so I'll leave your comments in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching.
Beanmeister 22, the most dangerous man on YouTube.